Hello, welcome back to Let's Play Black Book, and I'm just realizing uh, I this took me to the autosave at the beginning of this thing, even though I saved after the fight. So I would have to do that fight again. So give me a moment. I'll be right back. Okay, so we should be back to where we were. Uh, we can get back in here. I'm not going to walk around the thing, but I want to make sure I get the other event.
The Leshy's domain stands before you like a. You follow your instinct, sensing traces of primitive rituals, and soon come to
Yep.
a tree stump that has the Leshy's domain stands before.
Okay, cool. So we can't walk around anyway. Um, let's just go to the Black Book real quick because that was a fairly slow thing. Uh, let's move this. Move this down to one. Gonna keep this in. Only have the one of these. This is very nice. Last for lit. Interesting. Do I want to keep it? I have a feeling we're going to need it fairly soon. Okay, this doesn't seem to do anything for this deck. Keep that because the curse and weakness is what's keeping the. Oh no, actually, let me see. Steel. I mean, it's useful. And okay, let's see if we have more firm knives. Firm knives. Any more firm knives? There's firmer than stone. There's firm knife. We have one more firm knife. I'm gonna put that back in. This is sacrifice. We'll put that in. Let's see if there's anything else that's sacrifice. Doesn't seem to be anything else. Damage by swipe. There isn't a lot of swipe cards in this, so no. I might want to play with the swipe mechanic eventually. I might put it in the snowball deck. Now, this isn't really doing a lot. I need. If we put this down to one, I don't think we're gonna leave the chur out for now. It might be very useful later, though. And I don't. The problem with the chur, if I lose a fight because of one of those things, I can put the chur back in afterwards. Coldoon Fiend. Same situation. If I lose a fight because of if I'm losing a fight because of something, I can sub it in. Um, right now, okay, keep that. Keep that. Why don't I have any white sacrifices? You would think doing damage to yourself to do a thing would be one of the blessed things, but I guess not. Okay, Jester times 3. There's this which gives us sin. Okay, there's a sacrifice, but it doubles the. It doesn't really do anything for this deck. It is a sacrifice. It triggers all the when take damage stuff, but that's about all it does. Anyway. Oh. Okay. Let's see. Money at the end of the battle. Um. +1. No. I mean, the waste would be useful for this deck, but not really at the beginning. Okay. So we're going to go to Marfa's house.
Marfa's izba is richly decorated. Towels, a large salt pot, and everywhere the wood is covered with murals.
Hmm.
Greetings, Vasilisa, dear. Well, come in. Sit over there, in the corner.
Oh, for a moment there, it's like nosing. Hey, Discord's not up. I can't get messages if people are trying to talk to me about things. Pulled it up and is like, oh no, it's right in the middle of the screen. But fortunately, um, let's see here. Let's see. Gonna do a thing real quick. Okay. Sorry, all the sound's gone. Fortunately, this is one of the games that OBS will record the game rather than the screen. Here we go. Oh, and I closed and I minimized Discord again when doing that. Okay, let's talk about Philemon.
What can you tell me about Philemon?
Well, he's a fine shepherd, a knower. Not as strong as you, though.
Has he been in the village long?
Well, he came here before the forest master closed us in here. Yes, only after that. Anicia is very grateful to him for his work. She gave him a belt, you know. She gave it to him right after St. George's Day, when he whispered to the animals.
He didn't take it. Grazing traditionally started on St. George's Day, the 6th of May. It was a holiday for the entire village. The shepherd asked the owners not to be late, or he refused to graze their cattle. The owners drove their animals with pussy willow branches left over from Easter. When the herd was gathered, the shepherd walked around it clockwise, holding an icon, reciting prayers. Sometimes during the third round, he cast a special shepherd's spell. Interesting.
Other than that, a regular man. I don't know what to add.
He refused to take it? That's strange. I need to learn about this belt from Anicia. Tell me about Anicia Ivanovna.
Oh, the whole village heard her arguing with you. I don't know how you could listen to all that. I would curse her for sure. She was born with teeth. By the way, Galina is her daughter-in-law. A fine
Oops.
man he was. You saved her.
Finger
so she
off
might
the
tell
mouse.
You more.
Okay.
How long have you known Efim?
Yes, a fine man. Always successful with his hunting, even after all this. He's not himself lately, they say. The youngsters can tell you more. They watch everyone.
Interesting. Say goodbye. Let's go to the abandoned huts, where there's a bunch of young people. I should read the descriptions more.
The scarce Nimza youth is sitting by an old izba. When you approach, they watch you intently.
By the way, I have not processed any of the video before for the preceding 3 or 4 hours I was playing this, including that one stretch where I went an hour without switching the video over, which I might split into two rather than three. But I've already recorded intros and exits for saying this is one of three. So we'll see. The scarce Nimza youth is sitting by an old Isba. When you approach, they watch you intently. I'm just realizing that by the time you hear this recording, me talking about that, I'll have already posted this, so you already know. Okay. They watch you intently. We could do a song.
You sit by a house and dissolve in a deep song.
It's a different background. Very cool. Let me look at the behind the yard, behind the yard. Let's. In their free time, young people gather in isbas that have no owners. We're gonna go back to here.
The scarce Nimza Youth is sitting by an old izba. When you approach, they watch you intently.
Let's talk.
You, Vasilisa.
Oh no.
I hope you will help Nimza. No one has been able to so far.
Fact about villagers. Ooh.
What's with this guy? Is he hurt?
His mouth is too big. In our village, no ones who call the Leshy's name too often get their mouths tied shut. Otherwise, it's scary.
He talks too
We
much.
don't want to be taken by Vorsa.
Okay.
Philemon doesn't take apprentices. He tells us he will manage by himself.
That's odd.
That's why none of the animals have ever gone missing. I guess the Leshy is fine with just villages. It used to be that some bear or the like would carry away an animal from time to time.
But now the bears can't
We
find
can't
it.
tell you anything about the hunter. We don't quite know him. He speaks to the Leshy and nowhere, sort of like you.
And Marfa?
She's a fine girl. What else can we say about her?
Interesting. Go back. Facts. Anaisia?
Selena was her daughter-in-law. They sure did argue, but quietly, so people wouldn't talk. Galina was crying afterwards, she told us.
Interesting. We'll have to make the go round as we get new facts. Let's go to the herbalist.
The herbalist's house smells like healing herbs. You look around attentively, but you don't notice any signs of evil spirits. It seems that the herbalist is not a witch.
Interesting. Okay. I actually know who the Leshy is, but I'm trying to get all the proper clues so I can get. I think that's how you get the best results. So, knowing who the Leshy is and having the game realize you know is two different things.
Ah, greetings, Vasilisa. Everyone in Nimza is talking about you. I don't care where this village is, in a fog or in Perm-Gubiernia. Makes no difference to me.
The villagers?
Well, my neighbor lives here. A fine girl, but not very hard-working one. She's young. She'll learn.
Anicia?
What do you know about Anicia? What do I know? The missing Galina was her daughter-in-law. That's what I know. What else? A quarrelsome woman.
Okay.
They
The
say
hunter?
The hunters are close with the Leshy. Have you noticed it with yours? Oh no. Don't mention the Leshy. You'll call him. The hunter might go dancing with him for all I care. He doesn't tell us.
Okay, go back. Facts? Neighbor?
Are you friends with Marfa, your neighbor? Not so much. Recently, I visited her in the evenings. She wasn't home. That happened several times. God knows where she was. You could ask a shepherd about her. He leads the cattle to graze in the evenings. Oh, the youngsters. They also like to walk at night. They may have seen something.
Okay, go back. We have a lot of money. Buying a little bit more of that is not a bad idea. Oh, heal. Oh, these are each one. Removes one harmful status. Removes curse. Gives ward. Regeneration. Heals and gives waste. And break herb. You know what? We'll take some of the waste stuff, given Peter's Cross isn't a terrible thing to have. I have 4, but let's get more. That should do. Okay. Do you? Nope, you don't. Okay. We're going to go around. We've been up through here. We're going to go around before we head back to places and ask more questions with the new facts we got.
Like many other houses in the village, Anisia's Isba is bent because of the wildly growing forest. You knock at the door, and your acquaintance opens it for you.
You again, witch. Ugh. I'm looking forward to never seeing you, you damn creature. Well, what do you need?
Oh, let's not accuse.
You him? He's a fool. I bet he's the reason the village got stolen. I bet he wrote his little charter wrong, and the Leshy was only too glad to grab it all. Godless Kolduns.
Eh,
Ah, another curse maker. This one is worse than all the rest. His mug is all rotten, just like yours. He does nothing, only feeds here for free. I know exactly how these Noah shepherds do their work. The wolves watch the animals instead of him. He's only dilly-dallying.
cattle grazing wolves. If a Colden was hired as a shepherd, he might fool around quite a bit. He could understand animal languages. There once was one such Colden in the next village over, the one behind Dry Gully. He made a deal with a Leshy for the first grazing, and the Leshy gave him some wolves, the ordinary kind, not werewolves. The wolves guarded the cattle while the Colden was resting in the shade of a tree. I mean, that's still doing his job?
That girl's a hypocrite. Wants everyone to like her. But she's got a mind of her own.
I love how got a mind of her own, or got a mind of his own, got a mind of her own, and stuff like that is often used as an insult.
She's gonna give us trouble.
That's here.
They say that Galina that went missing was your daughter-in-law, right?
That's none of your business. You lousy witch! Get lost!
Anisia pushes you away from.
Ooh, can I go back and ask about the other one? Come on, we need to ask about the belt.
Like many other houses in the village,
You again. I'm looking for. Well, what do you need?
Okay, gift to the
Marco
shepherd.
says you gifted a belt to Philemon.
I did, and he didn't take it. Still walks in his red one, damn him. This Susietka was smothering me all night. Looks like I made a bad belt. Although, I did it with proper permanent patterns. Why am I telling you this? A witch won't understand. You only want to walk around bareheaded. Ugh.
The Susietka didn't get angry for nothing. I should speak to him.
Okay, go back. We're not accusing her. Okay. If I go back here... Oh, I'm going to go to Galina's. Oops. I need to go back. Oh, I'll go back
is
around
doing
later.
work. She's sitting at the table and is already busy doing housework.
Vasilisa, I don't know how to thank you. You'll always be welcome in my house. Well, come in. Sit here, under the icons.
Okay.
This woman came to me, Anisia Ivanovna.
Oh, Lord help me. Even the Leshy won't take that woman. I know. I used to be her daughter-in-law.
And the
He's
hunter?
friends with the shepherd. I bet they both talk to the Leshy.
I mean, from the sounds of it, that's kind of common practice for those jobs.
I don't believe they are to blame for the missing people. They are fine men. We're friends. I love her. She used to bring me and my husband lots of gifts, especially after our village got closed. She's so kind.
That was
Do
interesting.
you remember the time when the master of the forest took you? What did he look like?
My memory is foggy, Vasilisa. I can hardly remember any of it.
Did he look like anyone from the village?
No, he was dark, as if made of wood, covered in moss and mushrooms. He nearly...
Galina starts
Oops.
I
to sob.
remember one thing he told me. I can't pray.
Not allowed to pray. This happened just the other day. A man walked into a pot house. He was dressed quite well, goatskin boots, red shirt, sheepskin coat, and all, like a trader or clerk of some kind from St. Petersburg, and all. Oops, I came back to the start. He opened his purse, which was filled with countless coins. He also brought his brother and mother with him and said he was looking to marry the host's daughter. They struck a deal. However, he said, I don't need anything of yours except for the girl. The girl disappeared from her house and returned 6 weeks later to give her cross to her father. She told him she was living in prosperity, but that she was not allowed to pray. Hmm. Filth at a wedding. Okay. What have you done, you rascal? Is there anything here about those shepherds? Okay. Start of grazing. Okay. Facts? New daughter-in-law? Not
daughter-in-law?
daughter, not new, but
I
daughter-in-law.
was. Absurd life that was. Well, it's a sin to complain. We all live as we can. My husband was taken from me by the forest. He died. God rest his soul.
What kind of man was he?
A good one, loving, so unlike his mother, Anicia. When he died, she blamed me, said I cursed him.
Did you argue?
We had some disagreements, but I don't think she cursed me. I don't remember any such thing.
Yeah, you don't have to be. It's interesting. You don't have to be like a witch or anything. You can just like, in a moment of anger, say, "I curse you," and that can cause a. If there's an evil spirit nearby, it can make bad things happen. So it's like, be careful what you say. You might cause more. You might cause some problems. You might do a tragedy by accident. Anyway, going to go ahead and go to the next video and see you in a moment.